Hi, welcome into this My Lead Gen Secret Review. My name is Michael with Viral Home-Based Pursuit, and in this one, I will be uncovering all you need to know about My Lead Gen Secret, who they are, why them, how do they go about things, and why could this possibly be the best solution for you. As well as if you stick with me until the very end of this video, I will be showing you how to clone one of my six-figure plus per year businesses and make it your own in the business funding and business services agency space. Now, as an income disclaimer, I'm not saying you will make six figures. I'm not saying you will even make $1. But like anything, if you show up, you put the effort in, the work, you stay disciplined, persistent, and consistent. That's the keyword. The possibilities are maximized. So what you're seeing here on the screen is the My Lead Gen Secret. I want to say something. Gen Secret page. I'm very analytical, cerebral, introverted, so I'm not the greatest on video. I've produced a lot of content on video and on another channel and other channels. So if you're seeing this on a relatively new channel, just know that I have created in other spaces and then I did some rebranding over time. But before I get into this, a quick background on me, and then I'll also share with you how things look like on the inside. I do want to keep this page refreshed so that way I don't have to log in again. And I just probably will see that from time to time. So I began in the affiliate marketing space many years ago. And at around the same time, and even before that, I began a digital marketing agency servicing business owners, getting them leads, building their websites, putting funnel pages together in various niches from chiropractors to dentists to party event businesses to many others. And then I also have ran a lead generation business. I have those still two to this day, and they are subcontracted out. And from time to time, I'll do a lot of it and I'll come back and do it and check in. And then I also have one in the health affiliate marketing space with promoting supplements, vitamins and supplements, pain relief creams, ergonomic desk chairs, seat cushions, systemic and digestive enzymes, and many more. And I grew that niche throughout Pinterest, blogging, YouTube, social media, and many more. The backdrop here, I'm at my little brother's house, watching over my nephew, which is his corgi dog. So I'm here on Friday and it's nighttime and I'm going to be here throughout the weekend. So this won't be the normal backdrop in case you've watched any of my other videos or will. And I don't necessarily like these race car chairs. He has one. I like the more, I guess you could say, professional type of chairs, ones that bring you in a little bit more. The Herman Miller or other ones as well. Those are my type. That's the type of person and my characteristic. And I'm not a materialistic person, just so you know this. So then over time, I grew those, got into other ventures in the affiliate space, other verticals, other businesses, and then eventually I came around to the funding space. Why did I do that? Because I realized that businesses need funding to grow and scale and expand, get to a point where you begin to plateau a bit and you got to use extra resources to continue to grow. Like an Amazon seller in their business, they have to understand their sell-through rates, understand their storage fees, they understand their seasonality and how much inventory they need. So they have to grow based on inventory and they need to manage that effectively. And they need to grow by acquiring more inventory in one specific field or multiple is what usually you'll see. So that's what I realized. I funded those businesses and I went through a lot of troubles myself trying to fund them. It can be very cutthroat in that industry and you go to the wrong place, even if it's a soft pull. And I learned a lot from that. And so then I wanted to show businesses and business owners how to do that effectively without making the mistakes that I went through, even though they weren't as severe, having figured out how that space works. And I really wanted to improve their business and businesses in many ways, not just getting them funding, but I've also helped businesses improve their cash flow, profitability, EBITDA, and in many other variables and factors. I've looked through a lot of bank statements, tax returns, P&Ls. I have a lot of this on my Google Drive, emails in different locations. I'll still get emails in one of my emails that I have in a lot of these other places too. And so I'm consistently doing that and I'm focused on that, but I'm on this side too. And I wanted to share this with you if that's something you wanted to do. So stick with me. I'm going to show you how to clone that and how to get everything done for you. And I'll leave this down below in the description. So if you don't get around to it, watching it throughout the entire video, which I recommend you still do, everything will be down below. This will be down below to get started. So here you see Jim Harmon, who again is the creator of My Lead Gen Secret. And he's created this lead generation service and platform. Who doesn't want leads? Why is that not a smart business? It's a very smart business. And acquiring leads is great. It's like I see it in the funding space. A lot of these people want to help you acquire leads, but they don't want to go and put the leads in front of the people. Or in other words, they don't want to help those people get funding. They want to be the lead generator who can give the expert or the business loan broker slash agent, whoever it is, the leads so that they can go deal with it instead of themselves doing it. And there's a whole philosophy around it. And they might have an expertise in this and they don't want to focus on it. There's going to be a lot of different factors. But at the end of the day, a business needs leads to run. And the more leads you get, the more you can get yourself in front of, the better you're going to be, and the better chances that those people will opt in, give you their name and email to learn more, to watch a presentation, to take a guide, to then go to the sales page. If they didn't opt in already, you're sharing with them the sales page, which you can do a lot of that with My Lead Gen Secrets. And again, I'll show you the inside, but I want to make sure I keep these logged in. And here you'll see this video sales letter page. If you're new to this, it's going to be a video with a lot of written words underneath it, sharing with you stories of benefits. Here it is. You can learn about Jim Harmon. Who am I? And as you scroll down here, you can learn more about this. Catchy, as you see, and that's what a video sales letter and a page is supposed to do for you, is be catchy. Even if you're going through it quickly, is to catch your attention. And then you can see what other people are saying. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'll leave this down below and I'll share with you what the costs entail. But use my secret now. You can click there and enter your email address. Click here to get started and you'll go through the process of it. And then once you're in the inside, it'll look something like this. My account will look different than yours as you're just getting started, or perhaps you already have an account and you're looking for a way to maximize My Lead Gen Secrets, which I'll show you, and how you go about using it. So I have multiple accounts. Well, this is one of many of them. I have many other ones. And the reason why I do that is because I want to get in front of as many people as I can. So think about you having just one account. What happens is you'll get 100 leads per account every single day. And that's great. So you're getting 100 leads every day. And these are co-opted, co-generated in leads, or in other words, if I didn't say that correctly, or if that's a misunderstanding, it's that these leads are going to a page or something similar, and there's a checkbox usually or something like that, that the person can check and say, yes, they want to be notified of more opportunities like this, or they know that they're going to be getting more of this. So they check that box. So it's not a canned spam act violation. It is very ethical that this happens. Now, the quality of traffic that you get from these leads, it can vary. It can be low. It could be a lot of the times on the medium, even on the higher end. Depends on how you warm them up, but they can start off on the lower end because this is cold traffic. In other words, they don't know who you are. There's cold, warm, and hot traffic. Warm leads know who you are. They've opted in and they've been on your email list, or they've seen your videos, they've seen your content for some time. They opt in. They're more of a warmer lead, or they get started. They're more of a warmer lead. They go They go purchase. And a hot lead, they already know about the product. They already know everything about it. They're ready to get going. They know the name of the product. They know the problem that they're trying to solve, the major problem, subsets of that problem, questions, roadblocks, obstacles, and what results they're trying to get to. So there's different touch points, but you need to warm them up is what I recommend. And you can send them to different resources. I'll get into that in a second. Let me come back here to make sure I stay on here and logged in. And here, this is just one of my accounts, like I mentioned, and getting 100 leads per day. And another thing, to hit a bonus lead, or just to get more leads in general, let's say you refer somebody. You use your My Lead Gen Secret link to refer somebody. I believe it's still, and you should get around $5 for that. And that's with an income disclaimer again, too, not saying that it's based on your efforts and things like that. And then they will release about, or usually 100 leads on top of that. So that's pretty cool. So down here, these are just some recent sent mailings, and I'll show you how to send these emails. So you see 134 open, 11 clicked, 6% open rates, 8% click-through rates, all the way down here to 183 open in one of the more beginning stages. Just understand that this is going up. So from the leaser amount, and there's other pages full of this, to the most recent. So 17% there at the high, at the lowest, at the top there, you see at 8%. And it just depends on the type of email you're sending. So I sent something with Happy Thanksgiving. That's not really thought provoking or curiosity building, is it? It's not asking how or saying how to make 1,000 a day. It's not saying anything like that, or how to quit your 9 to 5. Like up here, you'll see, and some of these get a better opt-in rate, or they get a better click-through rate, and or whatever you're trying to send them to, and do all these other things. So if we go up here, we're going to go into the mailing system. But before you do, just know when you do get into the system, it will try to upsell you on master email swipes and or anything else. You don't really need to get them. They're good to have. A lot of people will use them, but it's not an absolute necessity that you should get that. It's just a lot of people will think they do, and they get put off by having to purchase. And I'll get into the pricing here in a second. But mailing system, as this is where you will be, but your statistics are right here too. So if I go to statistics, you will see that for this one account, everything ranging here. You can go to your next page, but you see here how many of them open out of how many were sent. And that's just a very common number. And it just depends on what you're emailing them and how many are interested in what you have to give them and what the opportunity is, just based upon the subject line. So over here, you see the open as in the beginning stages. And so right around this time is when I generated a sale to a specific product. So it didn't take me much time, as you see, 6 days there, and I checked that, and then it's been growing since then. So it's based upon the practices, it's based upon the offer. You have to adjust from time to time. People find mixed results, and that's just amounts to testing over and over again, having the right copy in front of people. So if we go to mailing system here, they're also going to have recommended advertising and methods. I've seen variable results. I've seen and heard from what others are getting to. You don't necessarily have to go to those. I'll show you another one, like the traffic authority system, which is right here, which is one that I strongly recommend. We'll try to get into this a little bit later, but I'll leave information for it down below if there's more, and or a link to get started. And so here, what you're going to do is you're going to leave this by mail by date. You're going to have all the leads here on the left-hand side. Lead selecting for mailing, you haven't selected any, so it results in 0. So you can select one or multiple. You usually want to select all, unless you're trying to find a specific list of people that you have to then target a specific message for, but I usually will select all of them. And here it says I have 2,500 in just this account. My other accounts are different, so more or less there. And then send from, you're going to want to leave it as that, because you want the name to resonate. You want them to continuously see that. You don't want it to show up as a bot. And these leads you're getting may be bot clicks. It may be not as interested people, but for most of it, you're going to see real people who are clicking. These are real people on these lists. And again, it's how you communicate with them. It's what you share with them. What's more catchy, because if they're looking for a home-based opportunity or a way to make money online, understand what's going to catch their attention more than not. So here's a message on things on how you can put things together from Jim Harmon. Here is the saved emails I can open up and go click any of them and populate them. Subject, this is where we're going to want to put your subject line. I'll show you how to generate this stuff and what I use to do. And there's multiple ways to do it. There's different ways. One way could be better than another, but here we go. So down here, you can insert from image library, but you want to read this. Attention, please replace this text with your email ad body, and you're going to want to put everything in there. Just make sure you read that. I'm not going to go through every single word of this. You see this, you can replay this if you need to, pause it, watch it, or once you're in your account, please read it, but it's going to tell you what to do and what not to do. And so I can erase this, but I want to create an email. So if I had to create an email, I could use something like ChatGPT, and I could put something here into ChatGPT that says something like, if I go up here, let me scroll to the very top. I generated a lot of results. Act as an email marketing manager with excellent copywriting skills. Use the PAS copywriting formula. Excuse me. I've said that word so many times in the past, not recently as much. And produce 5 email swipes, including subject and body. These email swipes are meant to generate interest in an affiliate marketing product called the Online Business Builder Challenge. The audience for this email campaign will be people with a general interest in generating a full-time income online. Subject line should be optimized for open rate. Body text should be optimized for CTR, click-through rate. Now, you don't always have to label it or put it this way. You can put something that's very simple as you're an expert copywriting marketer and writing emails based upon how to start a home-based business. You can keep it as simple as that. I would do something like that and then start generating the results. So unleash your full-time income potential with the Online Business Builder Challenges. That's just one product. that I've been able to use here by Legendary Marketer. I can't go into the result or show you the commissions generated. That's part of their policy that you can't show that in your back office. So I'm not going to get into all of this, but it is a 15-day online business builder challenge to start your business. It is amazing to go through. Great stuff that they have and all that entails with it. It's going to show you how to build a high ticket affiliate marketing business and more. So it is very helpful. I'll try to leave more information for you down below in the description. Check that one out and go through it. Be a testament of your product, as I have been, and with various different products, not just Legendary Marketer, but other products that are out there that I've used, that I put to promote, that has worked because I've used it. And I also used it to test it on my affiliate marketing business in the health space. So I've gone courses, by the way, to test it, not just got the course, done this hamster wheel thing, turned it around and then put it in front of people. I've actually built something in other industries where I want to test it on that. And I'm going to get into how you can clone my funding business. So we'll get to that here in probably less than 5 to 10 minutes. So just stick with me. So over here, you can go to just generate more results. Usually we'll have an option to, if not, just copy and paste it again here in a different subject line or something different. And so what you want to do is go through the one you might find. Let's see, your path to full-time income, say goodbye to financial stress, find the one you think that's best. You'll find out, you'll understand like discover, release, uncover, clone. Those kind of things are what attract how to. So let's say just say unlock an opportunity. Let's go over here and put this into the subject line. Something like that, right? Or discover how to quit your 9 to 5, make 5,000. Discover how to make quit your 9 to 5. Something more like that. Okay, it could be anything like that. But a lot of these leads are geared towards a home-based business, make money online space. And then here you're going to get optional. Use the below codes in the subject or message to be replaced with each personal detail. So when you go in to address the person, because every person, of course, has a different name, you want to speak to them in their name. It's going to be more of a touch point, you could say, individualized in a way as much as it can be, as well you're sending a lot of this to a lot of the same people. But here you want to usually put first name because it's kind of tacky putting the full name, like I don't want to hear that. Last name, email address when it makes sense, IP, sign up date, unless it absolutely made sense in what you were doing. And then you want to input it here. So I'm going to go back here, but let me make sure I refresh this page. I want to have that there as when I get back to it, it's traffic authority. And so I could do that. And then I'm going to go on the body here. See, what I want is these little spots out of the way. You don't want to use those emoji cons. So here, I'm going to go ahead and just put that into my mailing system. And right away, I mean, you're going to want to tweak this to see what works. You might not erase everything or you'll come back to it. So I'm going to just erase this. You can put that here. What's in it for you? That might be helpful, but I'm going to erase this. The shorter, the better, though. So I'm just going to show you an example. As you grow, you might want to put this as you've been emailing them over, but just to keep it short. You can share with them what they're going to get more of. But just leave this here. Something as simple as that. Hope this email finds you well. Imagine ringing in the new year with an additional 5,000 per month in your pocket. Sounds incredible, right? Well, it's just not just a dream. It's a goal within your reach. Ready to change your financial directory. Click here to access, and then your affiliate link. You can just put click here to get started, or you can just put click here. You can put it in caps locks at times, but like this. And then you're going to take whatever product you are promoting, whatever you're doing in this space. So let's say I'm going to grab the affiliate link from Legendary Marketer, and it'll show you here which one is the best converting theme. And so down here, you're going to want to go through the details, affiliate links, post back, resources if you haven't already, but let me go to affiliate links. And so here they give you the sales page. So you see more here, the checkout page. So there's different ones you can click on: the Business Challenger, Dark Theme, the 15-second free leads, Insider's Guide, ebook, Copywriter's Playbook, and I have these. So again, be a testament of your product. Go through it. It's a great challenge. Go through everything that they have. I recommend that. And then here, the tracking link. So I usually will send them to this, and you can put something like My Lead Gen Secrets abbreviation, and then the date. So I'll do mlgs 11/24/23, and that's as simple as you need to keep it, and then press add. and then it'll show up here. So then you can copy this. I'll show you an individual URL you see up here. This is the tracking code, so you know where they are clicking from and where they will be purchasing from eventually. And as you email every day, sometimes you miss a day. Don't feel guilty. It's happened with me. It still does at times. I get busy in my businesses. And I can't just be there. Can't always do it the day before or so. But that's what you want to do. And you make sure you have everything there ready to go. And so here you can put your link. So you'll be able to click right here, the little link icon, URL, Control V, however you prefer, and you'll see the tracking code. Make sure it's all there. Usually it'll be there. You don't have to change anything. And then what I do is I bold it. You don't have to click away, but just go here. If you do, just highlight it again and click the letter B, and it'll be in bold blue. I recommend it, leaving it like that. It's more catchy on the eye. And then here, your name, you want to put, like, I like to put my first and last name. That resonates. You can just put your first name, but first and last name, want to give more people the understanding of who I am. You can put your company name, but I'm just going to leave it like that. And then down here, I can put an image. I'm not going to go through all this right now, but I can put an image underneath it. I can put social links that I have done. I still do at times. Other times I don't put it. Put an image of you. You can do that. You can upload it to Word in your media folder, WordPress, excuse me, in your media folder. Take the link of that and then go through here and put the link right here in the URL. You can preview it by clicking this refresh button. It should populate here correctly in the right size. You might have to lower the size, press OK, and then it'll appear here. Here it won't show me that, but there. And then I can have here are some extra links. You can take them to your YouTube channel. You can take them to your Instagram account. I do a multiple of them. But just to get started, you can begin like this. But hey, first name. So here, remember, we want to make sure we use the first name code, comma. And then you might want to start something off more catchy than I hope this finds you well. When you grow and more and you want to test that, do it. But how would it sound like to start the new year with an additional $5,000 per month right away in 60 days or less after you've quit your job? Something, I don't know, something like that. Or here's another opportunity. You can use ChatGPT as much as you want. Another source that I use, aside from these, let me come back here and make sure. I know it doesn't go away that fast, but I want to make sure. I use like the 16K swipes by Matt Basic. So this is a great service, and I'll try to leave more information of them down below, whether there's a video review or not, but I'll leave more information. And this is a great one to get 219 emails that he paid for, 16,000 for which allowed me, or himself, as he's saying to himself, cash in big in just a few months while simply clicking copy, paste, and send. So I have it all in my folder. I can't open it right now, and I can't even go inside it to share with you all that. That's something that I can't get too into for this, but it's great. You're going to get these email swipes for a lower cost. I haven't looked at the cost lately, but it's a great cost-effective solution, especially if you're going to be copywriting. You're going to do a lot of copy and paste and just switching out the emails and making it to your niche and to your liking. And there will be video tutorials on stuff like that and ones that he's created. And then here, the secret email system, I have done a review for too. I'm going to leave it for you down below in the description, whether it's through this channel or a different one, you'll see. And you'll learn more. Here's a video of him going through things. Add to cart today, 560. That could change as quickly as possible. So that's something that I would jump into as fast as you can. He could take this away. He's been known to do Zoom calls where he does just take that away. If you don't show up, it won't be appearing again in time to time like that. So I wouldn't wait on this, especially if you are trying to maximize your system and your opportunity. Just imagine if you didn't have it. You'd be relying on ChatGPT, which is just as helpful as you can use that. But having more into your arsenal, it's like going into a battle day in and day out, knowing that you're going to win this, knowing that you have a bigger army and a more suitable army as opposed to the one on the other side. Not that your army will always win. That's not always the case in history. And so that's what you're looking at going into a battle. You want to be the most prepared, the most armed, and also stand behind like a brigadier general or whoever you are in that position and just have your platoon, have everybody go. You've already done what you needed to do. Now you got to lead. So you got to put that in front of them. And you don't want to lose out on that and then wondering what if one day on it. So back to this one more time, and then I'm going to come back to it in just a second and share with you how to use them. But that's what you can do. And then click perfect timing, because here it says, we can now predict the optimal delivery hour of the day for each of your leads. In a nutshell, it's the time slot when the subscriber is most likely to open and click your emails based on the historical activity. Actually, we do more than predict. We can deliver your email exactly during the sweet spot time window, landing on top of their mailbox and boosting your open and clicks. So click that checkbox. Absolutely, you will need that. And when it sends, it'll say like you have a delay of 21 hours, 24 hours, or however much until you send this in that next email. You can always preview it. Make sure you preview it. You see it here in red. You can even click through that link and you'll be able to see where it'll take somebody to. And you'll see this page right here. And I always recommend being a testament of your product. Again, go ahead and check this out. I'll leave more information down below in the description if you haven't already. And then other things if you want to check out too. But then go ahead and send it when ready, and if allowed to, and then you're gonna have to wait. And then now you can duplicate this. If you create another account, you can go ahead and click on the tab here, right tab, right click, and then click on duplicate, and it'll bring you into that other screen. You can log out of that other screen now and then log into your other account, and then should populate the email. If not, you copy and paste it and you send it in that one. So there's a lot of that you can do over and over again. It's really cool. And then what I would do is come into something like Traffic Authority and put that link in. I'm not going to go through all of this right now into the back office and all of it, but they'll have a spot for you that once you get started, you can use their website or you can use what they have, or you can use your own other, that's what I would do, other website, and then put your own link. You would put the link we use to get into here. Remember, we use this one. You'd be able to copy and paste it. And in Traffic Authority, there will be a place for you to be able to put in the rotator link, which is pretty cool. And what it'll do is it'll send that email out depending on how much you ordered or how much of a plan you have. There's lower plans to the higher plans, like 149, and then going up from there. And the higher you go up, the obvious amount of leads you're going to get. So I always recommend going into a higher package if you have the budget for it. If not, you can start off with the lowest. Do what's comfortable and then grow from that. But here, let me come back in, and then I'm going to go into now another spot. But Warrior Plus 2 is helpful. Here is the dashboard of my account. I've already looked through a lot of things here, but here you can find different products you can put within the My Lead Gen Secrets, within Traffic Authority, and things like that. Maybe things change by the time you're watching this, and you can use that because there's things that are always changing. But you could look at doing that with ClickBank. It's a really good place to go into. So here now being in the marketplace of ClickBank, if you're unaware of who they are, I'll try to leave content for you down below in the description. But it is this marketplace for a lot of affiliates, a lot of vendors, a lot of people putting their products up. Similarly to Warrior Plus, there could be a quality product, something more you find on Warrior Plus, that you find that resonates more, that you've used, and you know it's a product market fit. That's another thing you have to understand is the niche you're going after, the type of person, demographics, psychographics, a lot of this stuff. But here you can see top offers, new offers, saved offers, and you can create a free account with them and get started as fast as possible. But I can go to top offers, or I can select from the categories. And in this space, with what you're doing is e-business and e-marketing, it'll create subsets of this like affiliate marketing, article marketing, email marketing. So let's just click, you can just click in general, but let's go click on affiliate marketing. And here it'll show results by rank high to low. And you want to select that rank high to low, and also gravity high to low is great because it'll show me which products are getting as massive attention as other affiliates are promoting in front of people. And just because a lot more are promoting in front of people doesn't mean it's going to convert better. It just shows that there's a lot of product market fit, and it doesn't work as high as it does, and it could mean that it is converting very, very, very high. And so here you see right app reviews. I've used this before. I've even used it on Google Ads and in other locations. I've replicated things on this. So the fast tracks, free traffic system. Others are just, I don't want to say bogus, but they're not as helpful, I recommend. And just be careful of what you use on this platform. But let's see over here, I'm not going to get into the whole tutorial, but affiliate page, if we click there, and I'll get into the clone here in less than 2 minutes. But right app reviews, this is great too. And it's a brand new get paid to test apps offer, and it is killing with any kind of mobile or MMO traffic. We all know that getting paid to test apps, if you're trying to build a business, that's different and aside from this a lot of the times. And so you just have to understand what your audience wants, and you're going to be testing. And you don't always have to use like My Lead Gen Secrets. I recommend that if you can set a budget to then fast track. That's the best way to do it, because the cost per lead when you're trying to use Google Ads, since I didn't say this, like think about it. Somebody types in affiliate marketing guide or a specific product, like right app reviews or something else that if you can use a branded keyword, then you use. But look, $3, but we have to look at it a little bit deeper. We have to look at what that keyword is for. We have to look at what the actual cost of it is. We have to go do stuff on the Google Ads Planner. A lot more. Even if you use Bing ads, maybe it's less, more or less, but you're being charged just for somebody clicking on here. If I go click here, they're going to get charged whatever they're going to get charged for that keyword and whatever they're at right now, whatever the cost is. And so cost per acquisition, then we're thinking about how high converting your page is for somebody to click through the first spot or the second or the third or whichever one, and then also view the page. If it's high converting, if it's low converting, you just lost somebody. Even if it's high converting, you could still lose somebody. They haven't opted in, giving you the name and the email address of them, and or have purchased. So it's like now you spend 3, 6, 9. That adds up quickly, and that you can use that in conjunction. I will at times still, but a lot of this is geared towards really helping you for $1 a day. Oh, I didn't say this, but My Lead Gen Secrets, it does cost $30 per month. It is a $60 activation the first month, and it's just $30 every single month. So think about it, $1 a day as opposed to 3, 6. So you get 100 leads at $1 a day. Just do the numbers on that. That's a relatively low cost per click or cost per acquisition. The costs become less substantially as opposed to using these other bidding keywords out there that people are paying massive amounts, especially in the funding space. I haven't even touched upon that. Excuse me. Not sure why my nose is itching. But I've spent money on keywords like no credit check business funding, no credit check business loans, and more targeted keywords, and it costs a lot. And those companies a lot of the time have private equity, and if they don't, they have a massive amount of supply and resources gathered, savings, investments, and other like property investments, a lot of other things. So just be cautious of what you do see out there. Uh, Not everything is as what it seems at face value. So upsell flow, you see this, just go through this. It's going to give you the resources. Every product is different, so you might not get what you need from each one of them. But here, look, you got email swipes, excuse me. So you can go over here, want to be a product tester, you can put that into the subject line and then go to the body and then change it to the way it has to be, different emails, and then send that out and then test different products, but continuously show people. You can use My Lead Gen Secrets for like having people opt in, sharing with them a guide, sharing with them a checklist, taking them to an opt-in page for people to opt in, and then them get on your own autoresponder tool. I'm using Aweber for email marketing. I've been using it from the very beginning. I've seen the other ones and I've used some of the other ones, but I keep coming back to Aweber. I love that one. Maybe I change in time, but I love how it is, how simple it is, how easy it is for me to navigate through this and manage different lists. I'll try to leave a video tutorial down below in the description, but don't take the leads out from My Lead Gen Secrets that you can check on and put them into your autoresponder, because that will be flagged as a warning, and it can be automatically resulted in you're going to be kicked off the platform, completely booted off. And you don't want to start sending it from your own like Gmail account and things like that, because that can also be seen that way and can really close things down and be in violation. And even at times, certain platforms you might not be able to use with My Lead Gen Secret. So here, this is all I'm going to give you for now. There's a lot more information. Now, let me transition away from this and share with you how you can clone my funnel. So here I have live the laptop style lifestyle. Excuse me. I'm looking over at my tabs. I'm very organized, so I need to move this. And I don't talk much. That's one thing you're going to learn from me if you haven't already, and those who are following me is I'm less of a talker. I'm more of a thinker than anything. You see me here. I've learned the skill set, but I'm very ethical in what I do. A lot of people would say they gravitate to me, and family and friends and people that I've served in funding and in other aspects because of my personality, because my core values. I'm very loyal. I'm not here like I understand the market. I'm not a salesperson. I understand how marketing works. I understand the lingo and understand the persuasive copy. I can read and observe people very well without them saying anything. I understand who the person is. And that's just a gift that I've been given. So very loyal, integrity, a lot of it, very trustworthy. People would say I'm very humble, very thankful and grateful. I pray a lot. I just want to help people improve. And that's why I created this too. And I'm going to tell you why I did it also. There's other reasons. It's not solely off this. And this is not why I started the funding business. It's because I had a passion for it. And it just turned into something that I focus now usually all of my attention into for the most part. And so until things change, you see this here, and I'll still be working on it. And I've built a huge network of people that I've helped get funded. And those who don't get funded, what do I do? I'll share with you, and you have a resource. And what better feeling is there than to help a small business? This is why I got into it, because I funded mine and I didn't want to have people go through similar paths that I went through and or others for severe issues. because a lot of people overpromise and underdeliver. There's a lot of these people, salespeople. Uh, I really don't trust hardly any in this space on my side. Very minimal, very minimal amount. Uh, I'm a very keep to myself person in anyway, so there's nothing wrong with that. And as you get older, you realize that you don't want to give people a service, you don't want to provide people a service. But the way that I have it built, you're gonna understand. You don't have to be every day doing this. I'm not a phone call person myself. I dislike phone calls. I do whatever I can, whenever I can to avoid it. And I'll share with my audience on different ways about how I get in contact with them. And you have to pre-screen people too. You don't want to waste your energy and time, even if they can or can't qualify. Even if they can't, doesn't mean that. Just you have to understand what emotional triggers, what also logical triggers there are, and do it ethically. Like I care about the people that I serve, and they'll tell you a lot of them that I know them, and a lot of people that I funded without being on a phone call. Honestly, I funded companies that are doing 2 million plus a month, not even a year, 2 million a month, over 50 million a year, and it's not been over a call. It's been over email, it's been over text, direct messenger, and they'll tell you. And also because they would prefer it, and also because it's very energy and time efficient, and or a lot of this. So I'll share with you ways, especially if you're an introvert, and how I do it. A lot of people don't because, like I said, I have these other backgrounds that I've taken and I've molded these businesses, and I thought, how could I make it successful in this one to my own? Still grow out of my comfort zone, but not to the point where I'm becoming somebody that I'm not. I'm not going to be go knocking on doors. I'm not going to go uh, calling 100, 200 businesses. No, that's not the thing. Even when they tell you go start merchant processing and credit card processing, if you call 100 leads a day, you probably get 2 to 3 of those that I signed up. And then you got to call another 100 to get at least 12 to make a full time income. And I'm like, I get the numbers. It's a numbers game, especially in this, and any of it's a numbers game. But I don't want to be doing that. Like I have in the past a little bit, but it's not like I want to be doing that continuously. Does that make sense? So there's got to be other ways, right? And so there are out there. And so updated for 2023, how to clone my business loan broker slash agent business services agency and make it yours. Why I say business services agency too, it does not have to only be funding. Think about this. Credit card processing, a lot of companies, restaurants take credit card and debit card receivables. How much do they take? How much of the service fees do they take from those credit cards and debit cards? So you can help them with cash discounting. And I'm not going to get into all the details and the exact description and everything of that. I go through that and I help people with myself, but you can pass that on. They can pass that on to their consumer or their customer. Now they're responsible for that. So they save money. Now that has more profit for the consumer or for the business owner and business owners, so that way they can pass on and use that later on for purchasing more inventory, tools, supplies, or whatever they need. They have more cash flow to manage. And then that way they increase their gross profit margin, net profit margins, and it's more suitable for them to operate at what they're operating at with their operational cash flow, free cash flow. And again, keep in mind, I'm an expert. You don't have to get to the level that I'm at. There are different levels to this. I'll climb you into. If you want to get to that, that's fine. I work with a lot of direct lenders, a lot of them the best in the space in different products, credit, cash flow, collateral. But you can start off in the beginning. You can grow into that. A lot of these lenders want you to have deal flow and network base. You don't want to be new and all this, da 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 da. So you got to submit through other places like a super broker or a brokerage. And I still will send people there because of the market, the flexibility of it, of what they can get done. Once you get into this, if you're not as deep as I am into it, just ask me questions, and I'm very ethical in giving you a response. I'll give you my recommendation based upon you, your personality, based upon what your strategy should be and how effective that is, what your tactics are. I want to help you grow, and I want you to help others grow. So here it is, and make it yours step by step. Click play to see setup instructions. And I did go over this, like I shared with you, but I didn't go through it all entirely. But live the laptop lifestyle. You see that they can opt in. The exact framework that allowed me to create a multiple six-figure affiliate marketing business in my spare time. Now, affiliate, it could be a combination with other services. It doesn't just have to be that. It can be a hybrid of different models, but that's just one. And then for another, let me go back here. Where is it? Once, if I go quiet, guys, that's just, I'm a thinker. Like I said, that's what you should do a lot of the time. So then there is also this one here. There's this page right here too that you might be able to use too with more information, and then opt it in and then go to that clone instructions page. And then down here, And I might reiterate the words, I might change things around. There might be a different opt-in and a different page by that time and stuff like that. So another one here, and I have funnels within funnels, so I don't want to confuse you with this, but these are some of the other ones you'll get when you get this, and you can also use some of the other affiliate programs too, which is cool once accepted in and all that, so you can use this as multiple streams of income. But let me go down here to the second clone. So I showed you the opt-in page to the second clone already. And this could be what it looks like once they opt in into that one. Might not take them to the clone page. But the one thing most struggling digital entrepreneurs are missing is a right online business model. There's more information there. They can start now and then go get signed up with that partner. So here, let me go back over here. And I have a video. I'll cover all of this down below in the description. So don't worry if I don't go into it all right now, because we're at the tail end of the video. All this will be down below in the description to learn more about too. But here's going to be about a 42-minute video of me going over what this funnel, what you're going to be able to clone, and how to set it up for yourself correctly. And it's great because you can also use this to share with others. So step one, there'll be some information here. Make sure you read every single part of it. Even the new updated pages, you might see a lot of this. It might vary in time, but also in the privacy policy and income disclaimer, how you would put your own business name, your name, things like that. Make sure you make it your own. And so over here, you'll see step one. If you haven't done so, sign up as a DAC partner. So this is the partnership held by a company that's well suitable in helping people get funding. And they have a partnership with somebody else, a brokerage that's very helpful. And I'm within them, and I'm within, like, partnered with them and communicating with the owner, communicating with the team, like almost on a daily basis or every other day. Whenever I have a question about a client, checking in on things and doing things. There are other locations out there too, but this is a great partnership. And there's different ways of this. When you start growing and you start doing things more on a back end level, you start looking at documentation if you choose to. That's why I like it a lot, because I'm very analytical, very math system minded. I love reviewing bank statements. I love doing formulas, calculations. I like doing that. And that's why I'm still in the space for a lot of it. Like, helping the person is great on the front end, but I'm a back end person. I'm a silent partner, back end review partner. I was going to become just an underwriter, just a sole underwriter in the space. But because of the opportunity cost of having more freedom, and underwriters, like, are you going to be doing this from time to time? You don't really get that. Okay, so you have to look at the opportunity cost. Even though there's some of the stuff on the front end I wouldn't want to do, you'll be like the appointment setter. You'll be the person doing this. Now, for appointment setting, I send people to an initial Facebook text messenger consult, like a Facebook messenger consult, not a chat over the phone. And that there's a thing where I have built a big personal business brand in the space. And so I have to be very energy and time efficient. People understand when they come into my ecosystem culture, they eventually get it. They're like, yeah, I'm going to work with an expert anyways. Or they know, okay, I'm going to get the best. So I'm going to go to this. And they know about me as a person by that point. You can distribute content, distribute bite-sized pieces on, like, reels on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I've grown over, I think now it's close to 30,000, but 25,000 plus. On TikTok, it should be more if I started earlier, but a lot of things change within platforms, algorithms. Instagram over 35, I think, thousand, growing continuously. Could grow it into more. A lot of the algorithm changes, a lot of things that I have to change too. Different channels out there. Facebook over 50,000, I think, followers. That could change too, but I'm just growing it every single day and communicating with people. So just imagine that. You can go on foot. I'll show you. And, like, right here, when you join for free. Get started. I'll be notified via email. I'll likely send you a text, a welcome text, and I'll send you a how to promote document, a very big how to promote document that I might give you to share with your recruits. That if you decided to recruit people in, that's another thing. Or I might give you some other thing to use, or you don't have to use all this other stuff. Okay. So that will be like that if given. And also, when you join, I'll send you an email just to welcome you in, a couple of touch points. I don't do this all the time unless we're going to game plan. You've gone through the training, you've demonstrated you can, and you show me. And then if you needed a game plan, perhaps, not always is this given though. I can do things via text, via email. The other day I was on a treadmill texting somebody. They were asking about a game plan, and I couldn't really have the time for it. And like, it just wasn't deserving of it. Like, I understood it wasn't deserving because of what they've done before. And so I thought, let me just send them a text. So I sent them a massive text. They were thankful for it. They've gone through it, implemented things. There we go. Okay. And then think about high leadership and all these things. I have my personal clients that I'm working on in the other businesses. So I'm still there, but please show that you can show up. Step one, do that. When you join as an approved partner, like I said, what I will send, very likely will send. It might not be right away. It could be in some time because I get quite busy. It happens. Step two, start your ClickFunnels free trial. So you one click, copy my funnel. So this will be the software. It's a sales page funnel software. If you're unfamiliar with those keywords, it's just think about it as a series of pages. It's a website. Let's say you land on a website without a navigation bar, without widgets, without anything to distract the consumer of clicking away and you not capturing the client or them not purchasing. So with this, it's a series of pages put together one after the next where they can go ahead and purchase. Once they purchase, they get a one-time offer, another one-time offer, and then it could be a downsell if they didn't purchase, and a lot of these other things. It could be a order bump or a lot of these things on the front page. And it can also be lead pages, lead capture pages, as you saw before. Somebody clicks here to enter their information, and then they go to the next page. So here, let me show you how this looks. So you're here, not spam, not rent, or sell your information. I'll do that. It can land here. It can land to another page. Land to the clone page if you had another different option, and you'll have these. And then we go down here, start that. So it's a free 14-day trial. It's normally $97 a month. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I don't have. You got a budget. It's a business at the end of the day. If you want to accelerate your growth, you have to understand that. I'm not raising my voice as an aggressive. I'm raising my voice in tonality. And if you don't learn the marketing, if you don't understand this industry, if you don't understand what online entails, it's right now you could be very judgmental about it. And I'm not one to ever pressure. I've never pressured my clients. And that's why a lot of them like working with me, is because of who I am. It's not necessarily that I'm the expert, which they get, like the whole education on different industries they get, but because of who I am. And so have people resonate with you and understand how to communicate. I'm not a wordsmith. Like I said, I've learned over time. And I still mess up my words. Like this video, I had to replay like 7 times just to get the intro in. I kid you not. Now somehow I'm just going. But create your ClickFunnels account. 14-day free trial link will open in a new tab. I'm not going to start clicking through all this, but you'll see it. When you see it, things may change, the layout, the setup, things like that. Or get 2 months free and live video support when you purchase an annual plan by clicking here. Includes 14-day free trial. Excuse me, I should have said it that way, although it was still the same thing. That might change. That might not be there by that time. Step 3, while logged into ClickFunnels, click this button to import your funnel. So like what you saw here, this is what you're going to get. These are funnels within funnels. I don't want to confuse you. These are for different programs you can use. Some of them go old, some of them stay new and relevant that you can use. You'll get a lot of this imported. And so down here, or things change and maybe it's lesser, but you'll get that. And that's an amazing thing too. It's not just one, but you're getting multiple. And so here you're going to get all of this. And if I showed you a bit of this, let me go ahead and do that. So for a business owner, keep in mind, I'm giving you this as sharing with your clients as those business owners. So not just on the get people in and turn it around and give it to your recruits. No, I'm saying use this as well as for servicing small businesses. See, I've seen a big problem in this industry. And I think the biggest problem is when you see a lot of clients that you serve do get declined more than they do get approved. Now, that shouldn't shy you away. I get a lot of clients approved, and I still get more that get disapproved. But that's fine. That's what comes with it. And you just have to understand the different services. And once you understand how to target and niche down better and communicate more effectively and be more energy and time efficient, you'll understand this and it'll grow faster and it'll multiply. And you keep doing the same ROI activities every single day to generate the financial ROI activities, with the disclaimer there. If you don't do it, these are dependent on your efforts. And so live the true business lifestyle. Ever wanted to have a super profitable and high cash flowing business without worrying about being taken advantage of, without interest rates? Seriously, even without that, you might think, ooh, that might change. Ooh. And there's factor rate products and stuff like that. And without having to put down collateral while getting up to 2 million plus incredibly fast funding. My name is, you can put your first and last name. I recommend that for more resonating of a touch point, and that's more, for me, feels better to have that and more recognition with the human. And I help small business owners build, grow, expand, and even get out of a tight pinch through alternative working capital, even if they have no experience and have been denied time and time again through their bank. Or you can put more, you can customize it for yourself, but this works just fine. If you are interested in becoming a thriving business owner, whether they are a startup or a non-startup, like, ooh, I'm a non-startup, I want to become a thriving one again. I was once there, or I want to get to that. Click the button below to watch a free presentation that will reveal the formula, There's that again. And smart copy. Start now. You can click here. And then underneath, PS, free postscript, free 20 plus grant documentation list. So you can add as an incentive for somebody to give you their name and email address, as we see here. I would recommend that. You don't have to, but over so much time, what's become most important is lead generation in this market and building your email list as high as you can. Like this is the market where a lot of people are using AI, a lot of Google Bard, a lot of OpenAI, a lot of the search results like SEO on Google, like a lot of my posts on Google have not said deranked, but a lot of algorithm changes have caused a lot of activity to drop things, to drop search volume, to drop a lot of different activities, and that is very common in a lot of niches. So that's not something that I'm like surprised about, but you can pick up your results if you make changes. And even if you made the changes, you don't want to be just dependent on SEO and acquiring leads that way, but sharing with them newsletters and doing things like that, but not just the most simplest thing, but giving them something of high value that you would normally charge for, but you give them for free. And then you can ascend them more. If you have other products, you create more. Boom, boom. You bring somebody in, you get them a course, or it's a free course, or there's more to it, but you can grow this over time. So you can do that. You can leave it off. It can work still, but to add that extra like conversion, I'd do that. A free checklist, you can add your own, create your own. You can use ChatGPT, you can use something else, IDPLR, you can use your own methods of doing this that are very helpful. A 5-step checklist to getting pre-approved, a 5-step checklist to getting up to 1 million in less than 30 days, or I don't know, up to 50,000 in credit cards, da 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 da, all this other stuff. And then I put my first and last name. You can put a little bit about me, or about me profile. You can put something different. I might rearrange a little bit there. What's inside? The exact funding framework that's allowed millions of business owners to push forward faster and easier. Starting out, and there's again the reminder. And again, you want to go through the privacy policy and put your own, and there'll be that in the funnel. Make sure you go in there and have it as your own. But all of this is here. And start now. I'll just click this one, and then first and last name. Here I'm just reminding them of the grant documentation list is a good thing to do, or whatever you're going to offer them, or just take that away if you don't. Get exclusive access, submit. Oh, okay. Oh, this looks familiar because we shared it in a different one, but this is for targeting businesses and business owners, not just you getting recruits. So the one thing most struggling business owners are missing is the right online business funding. So there'll be more information there. They can go ahead and go through, watch, very well optimized. I might change things in time as things get updated, perhaps, or just stays the way that it is. It works. It's fine. For anyone who wants to get up to 2 million incredibly fast funding but doesn't know where to begin, discover how to get superior funding. I'm not going to go through all of this again. I'm going to have a video down below that tells everything. If things change, you'll see it different. But here, look, click the button below to get started. After they watch this presentation of me going through it all, like you don't have to have the videos. Like if you're focusing on a specific service that you know that client could qualify for, you bring them into this one. Even if they couldn't, or if this is their best solution, that's it. Now I have more of a general one. If we go over here at the very bottom, and there's different services. So if they're looking for more of a general service that's not that one, then you can send them to this one. It's somewhat similar to the same thing, but I'm going to subtract some pages from it, and I might have like my external link that goes to my questionnaire form. So when they click a button, they can go fill out a questionnaire form on my site that you just let me know their name and email. I'll give you credit, and it's going to be you. I'm very reasonable to give you your portion of it, to give you what you get. And so by partnering, that's going to help you. And then also partnering with lenders you couldn't partner with, or having it here first and then having me do a little bit more of the work. It's a lot. And so you can use your own Google form. You can also input that in there, collect the information. I strongly recommend you do that. And I'll show you examples how to put a form together and what to put in these forms. You can use mine as it's optimized to what could you do on a thank you page after that if you're trying to track them to a credit back product. You could do a lot of different things. It's amazing, 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 amazing. And so did I say it was amazing? And so here, click here to get started. They can get more if there's a Google Doc. They can watch or go through the Google Doc while they're listening. Come back here, click get started. Maybe in the Google Doc they get started. If there's anything here that might change, that might change. But then here, if we go back, now we're going to give them another email. So let me go back up here. So they went through the presentation. They already went through the opt-in, the bridge, the presentation we just saw, and then the rates video. There's a rates, there's a term and rates. So I separated the two. I could put them together. I might just put them as one, but a lot of people have questions on first, what are the rates? Oh, okay, here it is. Here's a 29-minute video of me completely going over what this service entails and what other things are included. And then again, look, every single page will likely have this button that they can click on right away to go get started. So if they didn't do it already, they have multiple touch points. Again, you're sending them email, you're sending them back to this. I'm going to give you the email templates to send them back into this that are high converting. You can adjust them yourself, create more if need be. But then again, start again. In the next video, wait a day or two, send them the terms and rates video. It's another one in the funnel. I'll show you all that even more in a different video. But here, look, you see that? And then they come down here. Now they go through this one. And then up to 24 months for this one. Oh, click here again. There's that button. They're going to see it again. Oh, maybe I should get started today. Or I might do it too, where it's a different setup. And so it's not every day, every other day they're going to tweet out one of these. They might want to see it all at once. So here, you saw this video, click to go watch the full terms and rates video. There might be a different one in the split test or different other content. So that's there as well. And then there's another one that'll show them the full application walkthrough. So you haven't seen everything. That's just some of it. Here, let me show you actually the other page. And then there's the reviews. And in case they needed to see the reviews or a different opt-in, so then they go here. Now they watch the business loan application, or excuse me, business capital application inside look, and there could be a written word here, or images of showing them. And if it changes over time, it'll be different. But click here to get funding, different services, lines of credit, smaller micro funding, macro funding solutions. If there's SBA bank term loans or equipment loans, I have stuff for equipment too. And for other types of situations, you can use some of the other funnels. But the cool thing about partnering with this provider, and if anything were to change, is there's residuals. So whenever you get somebody you bring in, like if you get funding and I signed you up, you're on my team, you're going to get everything. Uh, like a lot of people do. A lot of people sign up every day, pretty much, or every other day. But every week I'm getting quite a few people. And I'm not like actively, like I've set things up and I've had them running on the back end. And that's a lot of what's preferred. So you'll build this. But that's what happens. And I'll share with them information. But if you get a client funded and you signed up under me, I get a percentage, maybe 10, 20, or more or less as things change. But it isn't like what you would get at the exact match, but I'm getting a percentage. So think about that. And it has that, yeah, that network marketing MLM component. And this is going to be a beast with a hybrid with affiliate on this end and more that can grow with different services. So you're being a referral partner. You don't have to be as hands-on. Like I am hands-on with a lot because I wouldn't see it any other way. But if you're just trying to see how you can do this by servicing people, multiplying that, you can grow. And I'll show you strategies on how to and who to partner up with, find influencers and do all this if you need to. LinkedIn, I got all the strategies. I'll show you what I do a lot of. And then also, if you want to recruit people, those people that you recruit, you stay active and engaged in this and earning a percentage of it and then going through all of this process. Now they get a funding client, you share with them, or I can take care of them. I'll share with them what to do. So then they go get a client. And the next thing you know, there you go. Boom, percentage, 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 percentage. You're actively engaged. Da, 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 da. There's other products, security products, health share, RX pharmacy stuff. So there's a lot, and the list goes on and on. Payment processing, as I mentioned more or less earlier. So the possibilities to this are endless, and you share this with people like with My Lead Gen Secrets and with like Traffic Authority. Very, very helpful. You can use this page directly. You could use the opt-in page variables and then sends them into the one thing the most struggling business owners or one thing most people are missing online is the right online business model, or send them right to that page. Do a lot of that, have them opt in so then you have their email and you can follow up with them. And I saw a big need again because a lot of people could get declined, like I said. And so I had to find variable changes where I got sick and tired of me seeing a lot of declines at times and then a lot of approvals. It's like you want to have something reoccurring every month, but if you want to speak to 100 people always, like consumers, clients, but how do you do it? Like you're not going to be doing that every day unless you have somebody else who does it. So you want to be at a point the back end. You want to eventually remove yourself from it, and this is going to offer up another stream, another way when people sign up too. Like, hey, ClickFunnels account, they sign up under your link. You're going to get your own unique affiliate link. You're going to be able to log in and click and import the funnel I just showed you, and import the ticket funnel of the quiz funnel. You can use that more or less. You don't always have to use it. It's a way of just qualifying people to make sure that they watch the video. Here's a quick quiz just to see if you did it, because not everybody does, but they forget or they just quickly went through the video. But that's your decision. It's very helpful though to use. Optional step, connect your custom domain with Namecheap. There are other providers out there. Step 4, access your bridge page script. So here's the written version. There's a couple funnels where they're next to one another, and there's a written one instead of video you can use. The video converts well, and again, you can use my content. Create your own videos. That'd be even better because of personal branding, and even more that would resonate with that person. But if you use my stuff, it is just as helpful. You can even share with people, hey, I'm going to send with you, you might see a video of my mentor, my the funding expert in the space, who is going to be sharing with you the terms and rates. Like, he can do it better than I can, and I hope you view that. And so I just wanted to let you know. So little things like that are going to be helpful too. Hire a video curator from Fiverr. If you're deathly afraid to go on camera, you can use a script and have a designer create an animator explainer video. You don't have to. Fiverr is great though. It's one that I use a lot. I haven't used it as much frequently, but it is great, especially for like trying to like optimize your search console and CLS and LCP issues and a lot of that. It's happening with a lot of people. Step 5, connect your autoresponder and access follow-up emails. So create your free Aweber account. So if you click here, this will open up the Aweber email marketing. And yeah, there are CRMs out there that integrates email and stuff like that. But think about deliverability. Think about how many you can hold. Is it a well optimized software? Do you get everything you need from it? So you don't always have to get everything all in one place. And even if the account is a lot, like think about $97 account with ClickFunnels at the lowest, unless things change and so forth. But you get one client, 115, you've made the net that you needed. You could be in profit. Now the next month, okay, what do you got to do? You still got to go find another client, but do you have a network base? You might already, or you might know you can in 30 days. You might know what you can do to do that. So you're going to be in profit. And even if you are at a deficit, that's just fine. That's what business is. What I did in the beginning, I went for months just having it. That's fine, but I was testing it and I had a budget. So you might have a bit of a savings to put to the side and test and test and test. You do free traffic too. You don't always need this, but it is as helpful. You can send me an email in this space and say, hey, Michael, I got a client. I might tell you, hey, here's my link. Have them fill out that questionnaire. Let me know that's coming from them. And then I will create for them a very highly personalized and customized PDF like I do for everybody, showing them the best funding option and options and sharing with them information that can't be publicly released. Like I do things very analytically and on a different level that I'm not a traditional broker. Uh, and I'm very systematic, process oriented, and when it counts, and not always, but automation oriented when I have to be, not as much all the time. Not everything can be automated. And so here you're going to go ahead and create that. You should get a free account for your first 500 subscribers. Maybe things change by the time you're watching this video. I still have to look into that a little bit more. But first 500 subscribers, I know I started off with like a $19.95 or so. And then now I'm at 149 plus and growing. So things like that, as you grow your subscriber base, as you grow into your account, whatever accounts you have, there's that. So copy and paste email sequence. So if I click here, you're also going to get these lead magnet swipes that are already there. So these are swipes for you to use for your own customers for getting funding, and then also for recruiting, for bringing people in. I'll have those swipes. So they will be in there as well. They're going to be at the very bottom, more or less. I'll tell you at the top, more or less, or something like that, where to look. You can access another document if need be, but everything will be in there. And I'm not going to go through it all right now, but like, look, let me introduce myself. And all this is like little, wait 1 hour, do this. Here's the insert field where you should put that. And then we go back here. And this looks familiar, doesn't it? Step 6, optional, but recommended. I might change the wording on this. I'm always customizing and changing things. Get your mlgs, my lead gen secret, account to drive traffic. And as we went through that previously, a lot of people in that space are there for online marketing, on there for make money online, on there for home-based businesses and opportunities. So to drive traffic, you can use what I've been giving you here to use on this page and some of the other opt-in pages. And then drive MLGS paid traffic to your page, access the site, go ahead and get started there. Note, you can drive paid traffic when ready to this page directly under your opt-in page. There will also be another variation to send traffic to, which will be in your funnel. And it's called in that, like over here, let me show you. See the names here? Like this is what I mean by the names, but down here is where it starts. And that video, the other video will show you, but it begins right here. Down here through where it says DAC opt-in variation, one, the name may change, but all the way down to, I would probably ignore that one now. Some of this is kind of outdated, but it's still there. I wouldn't use that as much. I can change things around. The clone, here's the clone instructions. This is what you want to go through. Privacy policy and income disclaimer. The equipment financing stuff, that kind of has changed more or less, but it's still relevant and it's actually helpful for specific lenders. And there's the BLB general stuff and the funding presentation. So this is the whole 3 that are different for if they don't go through a specific service. But it'll all be there, and you can ask me questions on it too, and I'll be able to help you. So back to this. So those are the names: clone, opt-in, alternative variation. So here, show you. There it is: clone, opt-in, alternative variation, and then BLBTY bridge page. And the words might change. You might see a little bit different. Here, there it is, BLBTY bridge page. So those are the ones that I'm referring to. And the same thing for this one. Step 7, optional, new, not really, but kept it there. Get your traffic authority account to drive traffic, and I might change things. But this is a great one to use. Drive traffic authority, uh, pay traffic to your page. Again, rotate or a link you just put on there. It sets it and forgets it, and you can come back to it, excuse me. So then I forgot this wasn't my chair that I'm normally out of my home because I'm watching my dog's brother. So it doesn't like easily move. But drive traffic, already paid traffic to your page, and you'll click there, go access it, get started. I would budget for all of this, like if you're asking, like 297, 300 at most. I know that's a steep road for some people with everything else going on. Like I said, it doesn't need to be that you have it, but it's a great addition. Not always a set it and forget it, but it's going to rotate. So people come back. That's the whole point. If you can't communicate effectively with your clients on the services, I'll be there to help you. And you're sending them an email every other day or whenever that is, and they're going to be coming back to it if they haven't started already. And it's going to be a great communication tool. You share with them the options, and then also this will be sharing that with them. And also, if you're not as comfortable as sharing with them or you don't want to go through all that, you can have this in front of them. As I don't at this time, I like to be the person who calls in when I have to, like at a bank and ask for qualifications and things, but having to be the person giving the qualifications and all that, that's why I try to remove myself from it. And at time to times I still have to share that, but I do it in a more efficient way, I think. And I give people documents and they can self-qualify and disqualify themselves. And by the time they're ready for the next phase, if that did need a call at that point, like they're already warmed up to it. They just need a question. They just need more clarification. Like, okay, thank you. I'm just going to get started. And you tell me, yeah, here's the link to get started. Here's on page 3, or here's the link I sent you in the email. There it is, less than a minute call, and that's it. Or for more report and stuff like that. Not always is that necessary, though. But there will be instances where you see that, and you could build a team around this too. Think about that. People who do what you didn't want to do, or you've tried it and you tested it, and you're an advocate of it. So you want to share with people how they can do that too for themselves, and you give them that to them. And then they start doing that. You start doing the back end work. It can grow into another opportunity there. And so step 7 optional, but I recommend having these two. And that's not a lot to ask for. Budgeting that much, even just you running YouTube videos, doing everything free, you can do that. It's fine. Without the system, that's fine. But it's another great addition because then you can also refer other people to join this. And it's a great opportunity helping people in business, small businesses get funding and grow, and that you kept their lights on. And not only kept their lights on, but you helped them find a 3-to-1 ratio and increase their marketing spend and get the better ROI, and then grow and scale more effectively and understand their operations. It's amazing stuff. You really get into this side. Uh, and then, yeah, there's just so much more with that comes with it, and a better peace of mind, I think. Conscious, subconscious feeling. And all of that is there to help people with. And I always recommend using systems like this. If you can budget uh, some cost for that. Some more accounts you build, it could be more costly, but it's very helpful. And just think about what you spend your money on already and what you could probably reduce in subscription costs and maybe grocery costs, or how many are in your household. A lot of things you got to think about, but it's not, I think, too much to ask for when you're starting a business, because businesses have a cost to endure. Even when you're putting your website together, even when you're buying a domain, maybe then you have the hosting you got to spend. What do you spend on the month per year? What are the costs associated? And you have everything here that you need. And if you have a separate website, that's also as helpful. And I can show you different tactics, strategies, techniques, and even more. So all of this will be down below in the description to learn more about. Please check that out. I think we've covered everything. I'm looking through my tabs at the top here. Yes, we have. So if you did get value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with other people who you feel will find value from it. It can be a complete stranger, a friend, or a family member. And if you have not subscribed, I'd greatly appreciate you doing so. And click that bell notification icon so you do not miss any future content I will be coming out with. And think about it again one more time. The residual side on that funnel and everything else. Like if you didn't get a client funded one time, but you have other services to offer them, and it still took more time for that client. Like if you were sharing that with other people you bring in on a plan, and everything else is working, like that's great to have an additional way of bringing in. And so that is very helpful, and that is a great movement. It's a great way, and I'm going to keep servicing clients and helping them in the ways that I do it. But yeah, this is it. And don't be that person waiting, and don't be that person struggling with coming to terms with just wondering what if, and sitting behind guilt and every single day. Like I've been there and I struggled. And one point I went into unemployment benefits and food stamp cards. And at that time, though, I was preparing again. I had to go back on that again after the company went down under, and I was in a position, fortunately, to start building a business, the digital agency, and everything like that. But just even going out for a meal at that time, like even splitting 50-50 was hard for me. Even 100%, even just nothing or 5%, I felt so guilty and like a burden, even though my family wouldn't tell you. And I don't think I was that, but I felt bad. Even just going to the grocery store, I couldn't even look eyes at the person when I walked in. Just happy and grateful that I walked out with my grocery bags, but thinking I'd have to come back again. And doing all these other things and testing other systems and products and things that just didn't work for me, and things that are a higher cost to start off with and a higher deficit of lost profits, and wanting to find ways that I can remove myself eventually from just the front end and the service end, and have other people in front of, or do it in a different format, and have the right conscious of subconscious feeling to all this. And yeah, I grew from there. So yeah, that is everything for me. All information will be down below in the description. Please go ahead and check that out. And I will talk to you in the next one. Take care.